Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Dale Martin, Splendor ISD Coordinator for Instructional Technology. We're going to talk a little bit this morning about a Google presentation for students, and this is just a little tutorial to help you get started and refer to. I was working with Miss Hargadine's class, and I thought a video might be helpful for students to refer back to. So hopefully this helps, and let's get started. So the first thing is we're going to go to our Google Drive, and you can see that we're already signed in. And the way we get to Google Drive is we're going to click the apps launcher, and we're going to click on Drive, which is the green, yellow, and blue triangle. And yours may look a little different. There's a new and old version of Drive. This is where all of your files are saved. And so I'm going to come over here next to this create button, and I'm going to click on presentation because that's what we want to work on today. Presentation is pretty similar to PowerPoint. Major difference is you will need an internet connection on the day of your presentation, unlike PowerPoint, which you would save to your computer. Remember, in Google, everything is saved to the cloud in your Google Drive account. So unless you download this particular presentation as a PDF or as a PowerPoint, which you can do on your personal computer or on a thumb drive, you're going to need internet on the day of your presentation if you're going to access your Google Drive account. So either way you do that, you just have to know kind of in advance. So the first thing is to select a theme, and of course you can pick any one of these. You can go through and pick a theme, and we're just going to keep it simple here and click OK. Alright, and the first thing I would encourage you to do, because Google Drive saves all the time as you make changes and edits, the first thing I would do is go up here and I would change the title of my presentation. Now your teacher may give you some directions here on how they want your presentation titled, but one thing that I like to do is start with the class name. So let's just say Texas History hyphen my last name and the title of the assignment. Myths at the Alamo, and we'll click OK, and that way I can find that later on. And so at that point it works a lot like PowerPoint. And if my title screen, I can say myths at the Alamo, and I can put my name in here, and maybe I want to add the date, which would be April 6, 2015, or something like that. Okay. And of course I can change all of this. I can come up here when I click in this box, and we can highlight this, and we could manipulate it and do all kinds of things to it. We can make it bolder. We could change the actual color if we wanted to make it pop. We can change the size, and all kinds of. We can actually change the text. Let's see. We could change the size to 36. No, we don't like it. Maybe it was better the way it was. We can change the font if we want to. Maybe New Times Roman, and all kinds of stuff like that. So you kind of get the idea there. It works just like PowerPoint. We can move it around if we want to. We can move the boxes. We can come up here and we can rotate it if that's what we need to. All kinds of different stuff. So then the next thing is we want to probably add slides, and so there's a couple of ways to do that. We can just come up here and hit this plus sign, and that'll give us another slide, and we can title our slide. And maybe we want to divide our myths into 3 sections. We could before the battle, and we're going to add another slide and say during the battle, and we're going to deal with myths based on time. Another way to add a slide is you can go up to the slide tab. Go ahead and click out of that. You can go up to the slide tab and click new slide, and it'll add it that way. And then we could say after the battle. So you get the idea there, and you put your text in each place. Now, you don't want a presentation that relies too heavily on text, so if you go over to the insert button, you could insert a text box, which is easy enough. Just actually what we have here is one giant text box, but we could also insert an image, and we can go and look for a picture out on the web. We could bring it in by its actual URL address. We could also go to Google Drive. Maybe we've already saved an image in our Google Drive account. We want to use that, or we can go out to search, and you will see that we have some stock images to pick from. So one of the first ones maybe we're looking for is William Travis. And here's one of Travis's letter, and we know for sure that that's Travis at the Alamo. So maybe we pick that image and we click select, and so now we have this image to deal with, and we may want to shrink that down a little bit, and that image may live over here, and then we can add our text about whether or not Travis really drew a line in the sand, and you can go ahead and talk about that. And so you could do that for each slide. You could also add videos, and you can even add links. So if you wanted to link out to a website or something like that, you could put of course that's our district website, but if I highlight that and I click insert and link, now that creates a hot link, and what will happen is on the day of my presentation I could click on that and it would launch us to that website. So just one more thing that you could insert. Of course, the beautiful thing about Google is they own YouTube, so you can insert videos, and maybe I'm looking for a video, so I'm going to say Battle of Alamo, and I would highly recommend that you preview these before you would put them in your presentation. But as you can see, some of these are appropriate, some of these aren't. Here is the Battle at the Alamo scenario game at Top Gun Paintball. That's probably not what we're looking for. So you can see you could pick one, highlight it, click select, and add that to your presentation. The other thing you can do is you can manipulate the background. You can manipulate the layout of each slide, how you want it to look. You can change the theme. And finally, you can change the transition. Be very careful with transitions because it does get a little bit busy from time to time. So when you're finished, it's saving all this as you go, but you can click finished here, and you can also publish to the web, which will give you a link so that all of your presentation will be on one Google hyperlink, and you can give that to your teacher to turn in as an assignment. You can also go to File, and you could click Download As, and again you can save it as a Microsoft PowerPoint or as a PDF document. The beautiful thing about saving it as one of these two things, if you're doing it on your own personal PC or your own personal memory stick, then you will have that presentation when you need it. So those are just some basic tips and tools. Remember to think visual. Always cite your videos and your images and your pictures. And if you get stuck, you can go to www.support.google.com, or you can go to my digital citizenship classroom and leave me a message there, and I'll do everything I can to help you. Thank you.